Welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's podcast.
I'm leaving.
Woo!
Already? Wow, we've just started. Okay, so welcome to Contentious Cast with all right, everybody. As always, I'm Nicholas. I'm joined by disappointed the government shot down his balloon somewhere over Canada, Jeremy.
I'm
What
not
was in that?
Chinese.
I was like, what was in that balloon?
Oh no, the Chinese balloon was shot down over South Carolina. The ones we can't identify were in Canada.
Okay.
And then, oh man, I had one for Justin and I forgot it. Anyway,
Perfect.
welcome, Justin.
And we forgot Justin's intro. Justin.
I had one, I really did. Then I forgot it. This is why I tell myself write things.
Is it like a
But
darkness retreat? I can go there.
whoa, how do you know how the darkness retreat's going? Has there been any
No breaking news.
no breaking news on the?
No. Sitting in the dark alone with his thoughts.
Just sometimes I just don't understand the man, but you know. I will look forward to seeing him in a Raider jersey next year. So,
Me too.
all right. Spoiler-free review because I'm guessing neither of you have taken the time to go see it yet. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Right.
Um, I went and saw it this morning. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is, beyond the shadow of a doubt, the weirdest Marvel movie to date. They really lean into the strangeness of what the quantum realm could be and is. Um, they really, I mean, it is CGI heavy. Not that all the movies aren't, but this one is really CGI heavy.
Hmm.
Um, there's no spoilers because it's in the commercials. We do get a MODOK appearance. They have drastically changed the character of MODOK, but not who he is.
That
Or,
was that was gonna be my question of how did they if they left it kind of like the show or if they went.
no, it is not like what George Reeves, not George Reeves, that's Superman. Whatever the character's name in the comic book who becomes the leader of AIM, it has nothing to do with that. Um,
Okay.
I'll leave I'll leave his origin in the movie kind of a surprise because I mean, if you've read anything, you sort of know who it is, but if you didn't, then you're like, oh, kind of. But
That's us. We don't read things, right,
right.
Jeremy?
That's right.
And if you don't have to see any of Loki to understand who Kang the Conqueror is. They tell you, they kind of bring it back up and lead it in. But this is clearly laying the groundwork for what we're going to be dealing with for the next couple of years, since Kang the Conqueror is the next Avengers movie, and it's set for like 2025 or 2026.
Jesus Christ.
That's so
So
crazy that they'll set movies for
yeah,
2, 3 years out. I can't even figure out when we're doing it in 2, 3 days.
that is true. But we don't have a multi-billion dollar corporation that
Yeah, I
set
do.
around us. Do you now?
I got a multi-billion-dollar corporation telling me what to do.
Oh well, okay, you
Mutants.
have one telling you what to do, but we're not in charge of it. That's the difference.
Nah,
One day.
I hope not.
Yeah, it would be nice because then I wouldn't have to worry about who's editing and who's not editing. I'd just hire a guy.
I don't want to be in charge of that company. No, thank you.
Give me a squiggly.
It's a spark now.
Oh,
Uh, I don't miss those days.
No, they're awful.
But I will say I was trying to find a list online that was more up to date. because I wanted to do kind of a Rotten Tomatoes game with the biggest differences between the critic score and the audience score.
Okay.
Because the critic score for Quantumania is 46 or 48, and the audience score is 84.
All right. Big gap, big gap.
Yeah. So I was kind of like, what else has that kind of gap? But I couldn't find a list that was up to date. All of them were like a year or so old. So,
That's when
maybe,
you gotta put in the research.
yeah, I also didn't think about it until 6 o'clock. So
Fair.
I didn't have time to do the research. So,
That's fair. All right.
um, all right then. Um,
I mean, if you'd have told me I'd have done some research, I wasn't doing too much.
well, I again didn't think of it until last minute, so not necessarily. I just wanted to point out that I think it's one of those things where, like, if you live and die by the Rotten Tomato score or just like critics, you're gonna miss out on some good movies, or you're gonna see some movies that are really bad.
Right.
Uh,
I wonder what like the best and worst scored movies are, either either critic or Rotten Tomatoes, and if we've seen it and if we would agree with them.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do some research over the next few weeks, and we'll do a Rotten Tomato episode.
I don't know.
Oh, so
Oh,
you don't want me to look at it right
Oh,
now?
you can look at it right now. I'm just
yeah.
It'll take weeks and weeks of research.
well, I mean, we could build like the best Rotten Tomatoes audience score versus the best Rotten Tomatoes critic score bracket.
All right.
We
And
haven't
then
had we
it'll be a bunch of movies we haven't seen.
Right, pretty much. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is true. We haven't done a good bracket in a while. Maybe it's time to do one of those again.
I did have a plan for one, but
All right,
I have to finish some stuff
got it.
first. That way I can actually contribute to the conversation. Because if we rate things without me seeing them, I get yelled at.
Well, I mean, it's never stopped you from contributing before, but
That is true. That's valid.
um, well, I did have one other thing. So anyway, I guess to continue with the spoiler-free review, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's going to be one of those movies that my opinion of it could possibly change depending on where they're going. I mean, it wasn't like they didn't leave it open-ended, but I mean, clearly the way like, Iron Man ended, well, Iron Man ended with Captain America, not Captain America, Nick Fury showing up. I guess it was Captain America that show ended with the first appearance of Thanos. I can't remember which
I
one it
don't
was.
remember.
Yeah, but I mean, it was kind of one of those like we're now building who the next bad guy is and building to a couple of big Avenger movies where, you know, everybody's going to have to get together again.
How are they supposed to be bringing the X-Men into this? Or are they not doing that anymore?
They're still going to do it. I just think they're not in the forefront just yet. I think they're doing a very slow build with them. Obviously, we have Professor X showing up in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
And then we know they're currently filming Deadpool 3. So you're bringing the mutants in hard with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wolverine's going to be in that?
Yes, that's confirmed. Hugh Jackman put some pictures of himself online of him working out again, and it is
Ooh.
well, that's just insane. It really like I don't I just I would I wonder if somebody paid me the kind of money that they're paying him if I would be willing to put in that kind of work, or if I
I
could or if I could even
I
put in that
probably
kind of
would.
if I could even put in that kind of work, if there's just something genetically that makes him more predisposed to look like that.
If I didn't have to go to work and someone's paying me a bunch of money and they're like, go get in shape, I'd be in the gym every day.
Well, I tell you what, I got really sick yesterday. I got woken up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with a violent urge to puke. Um, and so I spent the rest of the day just feeling like crap, you know. And then, so I threw up a few times, and now my whole body hurts
No.
Hmm.
I mean
from
that's a good weight loss program, though.
it. Yeah, it's not a fun weight loss program.
The pop culture stamp of approval.
No, I, I,
Vomiting for dieting.
I will say, so I don't know if that's just a symptom of being 44 or, a symptom of just, like if I can't handle throwing up, how is working out going to work for me?
Yeah, work till you throw up.
I coughed a bit earlier and I thought like I was going to die because my throat hurts, my back hurts, my ribs hurt.
Yeah, I'd say long ago when I was in shape, I would go 5 days a week, 2 hours a day to the gym.
Oh, I never did 2 hours a day, but I was doing 5 days a week when I was at the Y.
Yeah, Jeremy's flexing on us. I did like I think it's 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, somewhere like a 1,500 crunches a week.
What
I was
happened?
Depression.
Classic.
Well,
Yeah,
that's a whole nother podcast, but that's more of a media pod smash topic.
yeah,
So,
the booze. It, it,
um,
it, it sneaks up on you.
I did when they were when I was watching good old Ant-Man, the trailers ahead of the movie. Um, there was a trailer for The Flash,
Surprised
which
that's still coming out.
I am honestly very shocked that I mean, granted, now unlike the Batgirl movie, the Flash movie is, a 250 million dollar movie that they already spent that kind of money on. So to not release it would probably be a bigger hurt to the company than to just, eat it, where like 30 to 60 million that they lost on Batgirl was, recoverable.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think after they release this they'll replace the Flash? Or you
oh
think
yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's no way we'll see Ezra Miller again. You
they're
know,
gonna just be like, oh well, it's the Flash from this world, not this Flash? Or are they just gonna be like recast it? Who cares?
I think they're gonna do like what they did with War Machine. Like in Iron Man 1, it's Terrence Howard. Then in Iron Man 2, it's
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. Just and not talk about
I'm okay with that.
it. But so I mean, we saw the trailer or a bit of it during the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And so obviously I came home and I watched the whole trailer on my TV. Not the same night because I went right to bed. Um, but it was really cool seeing the trailer, but seeing it on the big screen, I was like, oh my goodness. Seeing Michael Keaton in the Batman costume saying, I am Batman on the big screen, it just made me so happy.
Mm.
And then it made me think and actually looked at Jess and said, I want to see this so bad, but I know it's going to hurt.
Okay.
Okay.
And I was like, this is kind of like, I don't know if this is going to get us canceled or not, but this is kind of like a battered
Beep.
wife. It's it's kind of like the abused partner. Like you think you can change them. Like, oh, they promise this time they're going to be better.
This time will be different.
This time will be different. And then so you go back to them, hopeful and with open arms and your heart full. And like I'm like, yes, I've got Ben Affleck, I've got Michael Keaton, I've got this new version of Supergirl and whatever else they're gonna put in the movie. It's gonna be and I know that I'm gonna have my heart broken again. I really because
Why?
I want to like
Because
DC
he
so
hates DC.
I want to like DC so much. I mean, this is my pin.
All right.
DC stands for Don't Count Nicholas In.
Look, it's a little Batman wearing pajamas.
It's
Okay.
Scrooge Batman.
I mean, I love Batman. He's one of he is probably my favorite comic book character. But every DC movie since Zack Snyder has hurt me.
What about Shazam?
Okay, I forgot about that one. You're right. So not every DC movie. I should have said almost every DC movie.
Where did the movie hurt you? Show us
Yeah,
on this chart.
Show us on this Batman figure.
Here.
Hmm.
right in the feels.
So, it's like I wanna believe that this time they get it right. But knowing everything that they have done to the movie and are doing to the movie, and they're taking like it should have been released almost a year ago at this point, but they pushed it back and they're re-editing it, everything that they're trying to do to remove like they're not I mean not that this movie needs any press, but they're probably not going to do any press because they're not putting Ezra Miller on Jimmy Kimmel.
It's throw Michael Keaton out there.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, do you put Michael Keaton out there? Do you put Ben Affleck out there? Do you put some of those other? Because the first question isn't going to be like, "Tell us about the Flash." It's going to be like, "Tell us about Ezra Miller." So, like,
That's true.
do they even do a big red carpet premiere for this one like they have for all the other ones? Like, because that's all the press is going to be screaming, Ezra Miller, Ezra Miller.
Yes, but he's not invited.
No,
Oh, they.
They are not
uh,
invited.
he is not invited.
Wow, we got a bigot on our show.
That's a different matter. And no, I'm not.
But
Anyway, that was. I mean, they had a trailer for Fast X. They had a trailer for Guardians 3. Um,
is this
I
Batista's last one?
I think so, but you never can tell. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how much money you throw at someone.
Well, yeah, I mean, James, Daniel Craig said he would never do another James Bond movie, but when they threw $50 million at him, he was like, "Sign me up, I'll do one more."
Yeah, I'm in.
Um,
Yeah,
um, have you guys seen any of the trailers for Oppenheimer yet?
Never even heard of
no.
it.
Um, Christopher Nolan's doing a biopic on Robert Oppenheimer, the one of the
That
creators of
makes
the one of the creators or one of the people that's credited as the creator of the atom bomb. And like part of me thinks, like, why would I go see such a boring movie? And then another part of me is like, well, Christopher Nolan directed it, so it might be worth it.
yeah, it could be educational.
But they said that he wanted to recreate the mushroom cloud without CGI.
Ah, so that explains what's going on in Ohio.
Well, maybe. I mean, the man did buy a 747 and crash it for Tenet just to prove that he could do it without using CGI. So, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him somehow finding a real nuke to just launch.
Just blow up in the desert.
Bought some land in New Mexico.
Yep. We're gonna blow this shit up.
All right. Well, I think I'm not 100%. Maybe I misunderstood one of the last episodes, but I believe that Jeremy hinted at wanting to talk about Super Bowl ads a little bit more in depth than what he did.
Oh, I just assumed we would
Okay.
because we always do.
All right.
Probably should have taken some notes on these things.
I didn't know how in depth we wanted to get. I didn't take very many. Um, I did notice that the commercials were very nostalgia heavy.
Okay.
You had Clueless with
Yeah.
the Rakuten ad, Grease with T-Mobile, Breaking Bad with Popcorners, Caddyshack with Michelob Ultra, and then the Steve Martin and Ben Stiller was a lot of like just some of their more famous roles all rolled into one.
That was that Coke,
Pepsi.
Pepsi? Because I remember it was Coke Zero versus Pepsi. Either or, that did not make me want to try buy that soda anymore.
Yeah, I really thought that was a weird campaign where like, Pepsi was like, "This is great," or is it? Am I acting? Like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah, is there soda good or is it crap?
right. So you hired two guys to be like, "Ooh, this is amazing," or am I just acting? Like, wait, what?
Well, you have to find out for yourself. They need you to go buy it.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, granted, two of us don't drink soda at all. Uh, I don't know where you still stand on it. I know you don't drink very much of it anymore, but
Sometimes if it comes from a fountain, or if there's a nice can of Diet Coke waiting somewhere, I'll have one of those.
Is there a
so
difference between canned Diet Coke and McDonald's Diet Coke?
Yes.
You can tell.
Mhm.
All right.
but it
Yes.
didn't like
Totally.
I don't know if that ad like inspires me to run out and go buy soda, even if I still drink soda. Like say you take that
Has an
ad
ad
and
ever inspired you to do anything, though, to be fair?
Taco Bell
uh,
ads make me want to go get chalupas
Hmm.
or nacho fries.
Hmm.
I mean, I can't say that they have, but I also can't say that they don't work because I
Oh.
know that like I mean,
Well, when you say ad, do you just mean television or any type of media?
I guess, I don't know. What else?
Because when they put on those cereal boxes that they have the little figures in there,
Oh, well, yeah.
guess what? I'm buying a box of cereal.
That's true.
I mean,
The ad made me do it.
I
Especially the
will say
90s retro.
Yeah.
I'll dump that whole fucking box out and just take the toy and buy it all over again. So we're out
I,
again. I don't know what happened.
I will say that I've watched a lot of movies because the trailers have worked, and I've regretted watching a lot of movies because the trailers worked.
Hmm.
So, I don't know if, you know, I already am predisposed to go buy Taco Bell. So when Taco Bell does an ad where they're like, "Hey, we got this new super deluxe chalupa," I'm like, "All right," but I was already gonna go to Taco Bell anyway. So I don't know if the ad works or the ad just got me into Taco Bell faster.
Okay. But there's no Taco Bell by me, so I got to drive 15, 20 minutes just to get those stupid nacho fries.
But you got a Taco Bell right near work, though.
Okay, when I'm there at 11 o'clock at night when they're closed.
Oh, that's true. They're not 24 hours,
Yeah.
or
I
they're
can't
not
go get
open
me
late
nacho
anymore.
fries.
Hmm.
The one thing I have over it, well, I got a lot of things. I live in a town that's much bigger than East Troy now, so I guess I can say I have a lot of things over the both of you. Mm.
It's true, but we like our little slice of nothingness.
Hell yeah.
Well, sometimes.
I mean,
Sometimes I want a little more nothingness and be further out in middle of
yeah.
nowhere.
I mean, ads totally don't work. As I'm holding my Cardi B offset
The
meal
fuck
cup.
is that?
That's my
Yeah.
McDonald's Cardi B offset cup.
What the hell is that?
Cardi B.
McDonald's for Valentine's Day put out a Cardi B offset meal.
Okay, which has what in it?
I don't know. I didn't buy it, but all the cups say it. So
Oh,
I don't. It's like two sandwiches, a fry. Like it was supposed to be like their Valentine's Day meal because I don't know. People want to do what Cardi B does. I could
She
give a.
she eats McDonald's.
I don't know. Probably. I mean, I'm guessing if you pay somebody enough money,
The Cardi B and Offset meal. Only 2,175 calories.
wow.
I'm
well,
sure she eats that.
it's
Yeah.
supposed to be for two people though, because
Oh,
it comes with two drinks, two sandwiches, fries to share, and an apple pie to share.
wow.
Wait, you have to share one apple pie?
Fuck
Uh,
that.
Yeah,
I
no. No, 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 no.
well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, if we were to get a Cardi B meal, I would let you have the apple pie, mainly because I can't have it. And it would
Yeah.
be super weird if you and I went to McDonald's and bought the Cardi B offset meal, but
Why? We just give it to
What?
the drive-through. Come
that's
back,
true.
watch some It's Always Sunny, cuddle on the couch.
Wait, is Offset like a dude?
He is some sort of rapper that she's married to.
And that's their favorite meal that they get together?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's in line with their whole celebrity meals that they've been doing for the last year or two.
Uh-huh. Does this one come with weird toys?
No, this one does
Oh,
not come. It comes with barbecue sauce, I think.
oh. All right.
Barbecue sauce is good. So I was
All
at the
right.
new on a McDonald's somewhat related topic. I was at the new Goodwill out in McWanago. I don't know if you've been there yet.
No.
And they have the Halloween baskets that everyone was going to McDonald's for.
Yes.
People have been donating them, so they're like $2.99.
Oh,
I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, so I don't remember how many they had. 5, 6, 2 of one, 2 of one, 3 of one, and 1 of the other.
and people got rid of those things already. I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like they just came out. Like, all right. Well, let's see. What did you guys? I mean, we all knew that the M&M thing was a big stunt, right? Like when a couple weeks ago or a month
Yeah.
or so ago, they're like, we're getting rid of the spokes candies
Mm-hmm.
because of, people can't handle it. And then all of the right wing idiots started jumping all around and going, yeah, we won. And then it was just a Super Bowl ad for Ma and Ya's clam strip
Ooh.
candies. Now,
Yeah.
would you try them if they were real?
No.
Probably not.
You have drank a lot of weird sodas.
Yeah. I
So
would
if
try Maya's clam strip, but not her candies.
Aren't those north of the border?
So you're saying if we got some clam strip candy, some like roasted crickets and some other things to do a taste test video like you've done for your
I mean, I'll do
weird
anything
sodas?
for if we're
Sure.
recording it.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying you're just
For
gonna do it for
clicks.
fun. Like 3 of us are just hanging out watching football and you're like, clam strip candy. Clearly saying, we would be doing it for like one of your shorts or just a clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I mean that ended up just being a disappointing stunt. Like when the timing of it of like 2 or 3 weeks before the Super Bowl, Eminem's going, we're getting rid of the spokes candies, and then we're having Maya Rudolph as our like, okay, well clearly this is just a setup. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They would need to build up longer if they want. Be like slowly getting rid of them over the like months of a build up.
right, actually maybe take them off the bags.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not release clam strip candy, but put her face on a couple bags or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but yeah,
I have a bag of green, white, and yellow ones that have little G's on them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bag of Green Bay Packer M&Ms.
oh yeah, that's right. Because you can. I know I went to M&M World out in Las Vegas, and like you could buy like special color, like you could get your own special mix, or I know that you can go. I think M&M's has this website where you can pay a lot to have like your face embossed or certain words embossed on it. Like if you wanted to have like special M&Ms for your wedding or a party.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's kind of expensive, so.
I
Yeah,
think the most.
Go on, Jeremy.
Oh, it's just gonna be a stupid comment. Is the slut M&M coming back?
I don't think she ever left.
Oh, I thought they changed her shoes to make them less slutty.
Well, okay. I mean, that's true, but
From boots or heels to boots or whatever it was.
That's a goddamn travesty.
Boot heels.
I'm outraged.
I don't know whoever looked at was it the green M&M or the purple M&M and went, wow, she's a whore.
Well, she was.
Just because she wore heels?
No, that was her whole persona.
No.
Like, the whole campaign was based on her being like a loose
Lucy
M&M.
Loose.
Oh,
She got fucking plowed by so many other M&Ms. It's all part of the lore.
Packed with peanuts.
Yeah.
I guess I never went on those websites about the M&M lore. So
Well, it was right there. They did it right on the. It was part of the whole campaign.
somehow I missed that subtext.
Dude, look at the green M&M commercial for premium mint chocolate or the sexy green M&M ad.
Okay, typing into Google.
She's throwing them up on a satin bed and they're coming down all over her and she's like slipping it into her mouth like, oh.
Oh yeah. Okay, I just completely forgot that. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't care. But she obviously has a certain thing that she was going for. She
Oh,
exudes sexiness, and I want to fuck her.
here's one. Oh, here's a picture of her taking her green candy shell off.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
the one on the bed is probably what really.
here's just an ad. Here's just an article called "Why is the green M&M sexy?"
Did you see who wrote it? It was Jeremy.
Yeah.
Um,
I have
It
a
was
whole
one.
manifesto about it.
Yeah, it was one of his shorts.
See, here he is always making fun
An
of.
essay, if you will.
Here he is always making fun of the furries, but now we find out he's some sort of weird M&M guy.
Yeah, I'm just projecting.
Well, furries are weird. M&Ms are delicious.
I will give you that. M&Ms are delicious. Um,
And sexy.
I will tell you from experience that I got them at Menards. They're in a white bag. It's kind of a bigger brand, but they make a sugar-free version of M&Ms. It's not whoever makes M&Ms. It's a different company. Russell Stover. Um, when they tell you on the back to not eat very many at one time, they do mean that.
I believe
That
it.
that led to a very bad night a couple weeks ago. Very differently
Do
than
not eat too many of these. Don't tell me what to do, bag.
yeah, well, that's what I said. I said, tell me what to do, bag, and then I was also an effective weight loss program.
Yeah.
Um, only slightly more gross or less fun than the puking that I was doing yesterday. I'm not sure which one you want to put as worse, but either way, I don't want to do it.
Puking's worse.
All right.
I'd much rather just sit on the toilet than be
Definitely.
leaning over it, tasting it, coming back up.
Thank God it's been like 14, 15 years since I've done it. Well, when I lived in the apartment a while ago, I got the flu real bad, and it was one of those moments in your life where you have to choose what end you aim at the toilet because
Mm.
it's coming out both ends at the same time, whether you want to or not.
You sit down and you hold a bucket.
Yeah. Oh, that was a bad day in that apartment.
That's why he moved out.
Can never go back.
Destroy it. His pictures up. Do not
All
let
right.
this man
Did anybody follow through and go to the website see the Mr. Peanut roast?
No.
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't
Or-
funny in the ad. Why would I want more of it?
All right, you touched on it briefly, but my what the fuck is the kick of destiny?
It was so
What
bad.
What
he
the
made
fuck?
it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay, yeah, because I know you said that immediately, like, no, he made it, and then the commercial's like, nope, he missed it, and then Jeremy said the same thing.
Yeah,
So
instantly when we watched that, I was like, that was good.
yeah, I don't. I mean,
I
they
don't know
had
what
such they had
BS
such a
angle they were
build up.
showing.
They had such a big build up for weeks upon weeks of like he's gonna be doing a kick live. Like they made it sound like he was gonna be at the Super Bowl doing it on the field.
Hmm.
Like
That'd have been awesome. Grok kick.
I was not wrong there, right? Like both of you thought that was what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So like they cut to it and they were immediately like, and here he is kicking, and you're like, wait, is this the ad? And they're like, oh, he missed it. It looked like he made it, but like there was such a build up for it, and then it was a big nothing burger.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I agree. I think one of my favorites still was the Ben Affleck working at Dunkin' Donuts one.
that was a good one.
I really enjoyed that one. That was early on too. That was one of the first sets of commercials, I think.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
one sticks. That one stuck out to me.
I did read that there are some outtakes. I don't know if they had. I know they said they were going to release some of people who were less than thrilled that Ben Affleck was filming a commercial for them to pick up their because they just wanted their donuts and their coffee and to get going. They're just like, you're getting in my way.
Yeah. I'm late for a meeting.
Like they weren't like,
Where
oh my
are
God,
you,
that's Ben
Batman?
Affleck. Yeah, basically. Shut up, Batfleck. Give me my donut.
Yeah.
Um, I liked the Sarah McLachlan one, the for Bush beer
Oh yeah.
when she for just $1 a day you can also that's a wolf.
The Blue Moon one because it was Blue Moon and
Yeah, that one was weird. When it was it
Miller Lite and
Miller Lite and Coors Light were fighting each other over who was
over
better or what
yeah
ad it was, and they're
over
like,
what ad? Actually, it's a Blue Moon ad.
yeah, that one was weird.
Didn't make me want to drink any of those beers.
No, because I don't think and I mean granted I didn't really drink all that much to begin with when it came to I mean I had my days where I put way too many back, but light beer for me has always been bad. So like I was like I wouldn't want any of them. But
It's fair.
I really enjoyed the Rockstar commercial. That was fun. Where they're like,
Mhm.
"Stop saying you're a rock star."
Yeah, you're you're an accountant.
It did require me to look up the fact that Ozzy Osbourne's name is not Oswald.
Yeah, you did look that up there. The flag football one was interesting too, with all the people they got in it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
With
Yeah.
Devontae Adams going Hollywood on us.
Apparently, a lot of those people were famous. I just didn't know who a lot of them were. Apparently, she's also some sort of like famous using quotation marks there flag football person,
Okay,
which I don't know if there is professional flag football, but you know, we're headed that way.
might as well. Quarterbacks should wear flags. Can't touch them. Uh,
Um,
those are
we
like the only really ones I remember. Oh, and I don't remember who it was, but the one with Stallone is Cliffhanger.
Oh yeah. For
oh
Paramount.
yeah.
Yes, I thought that one was pretty funny.
There was my favorite commercial wasn't funny. It was the dog with the farmer with the farmer's pet or the dog food where the kid was growing up with the dog and the dog was getting older as the kid was getting older.
Uh,
It was touching. It had it gone like 5 more seconds, it probably would have broken the streak. They thankfully shut it off before they showed the dog
yeah.
not being there anymore. Um well, let's talk about the game itself.
There was a
Okay.
game.
I mean, we could talk about the halftime, but then we'll put the audience to sleep just like the halftime show did.
Yeah, I was expecting more. I was disappointed.
I mean, a bunch of dancing marshmallows did nothing for me.
Hmm.
Well, they were all a bunch of Stay Puffs, the mini ones from the new
If
Ghostbusters.
if that had been the case, it would have been super interesting, but it wasn't. Watching somebody whose music I don't particularly much like to begin with lip sync, eh,
Yeah,
whatever.
fair.
I mean, I've just grown to come to terms with the fact that more than likely they're never going to choose who I want to see at the halftime, and it's always just going to be boring or not interesting. So
Have you submitted any claims or petitions?
I have
Sent an
submitted.
email?
I have sent many petitions about getting Weird Al to do the
I
halftime
mean,
show.
I think if we would have periscoped the Super Bowl in the background as you're saying who you want, the NFL would have seen it,
That is true, but all they do is send us a cease and desist letter, and well,
but they would have seen it.
that is true.
They would have been like, hey, don't do this, but that's a good idea.
So, I mean, I will say that I know that there was some controversy there at the end of the game. Um, it was holding, hands down. It was a strange moment to take that time to finally call it in the game. The NFL Films released their cut of it, and it was clear as day that it was holding. And the guy who did it was like, "Yeah, I was holding it, hands down." I mean, I,
Bradbury?
I, yeah, Bradbury was like, "Yeah, I did it." I mean, So
That's the same way the Packers lost in the championship how many
Uh,
years ago?
Still
They
rigged
don't
as fuck,
they
but
don't call anything until Kevin King touches a guy,
that's right.
but
and then
now you
Tom
can
Brady
say
gets
that it's
another
rigged,
ring.
That's
but
right.
tell me at the end of the day that 14-point swing wasn't more rigged than a bad holding call.
It's all rigged.
I
Everything is
mean,
rigged.
because
They wanted Patrick Mahomes to have it really badly.
because the Eagles fumbled the ball that second time, and
That
that
was
guy
rigged
was.
too.
I mean, but it went in the Eagles' favor that it didn't go in the Chiefs' favor. I mean, it went
Yeah.
against the Chiefs. I mean, that was clearly a fumble that he picked up and ran for his second touchdown.
He never caught that ball. That's incomplete.
Come on now.
And now
Yeah.
everyone's saying how, like, with this win, that's going to put Mahomes is going to be better than Brady all time.
You
I
got a
mean,
long way to go, kid.
yeah, there's a long way between now and then, and I just don't know if Mahomes has the longevity, yeah,
Longevity.
longevity that Brady has.
But if the NFL keeps pushing it towards their favor, then he could have a shot.
Yeah,
He
especially
could.
when you can't tackle the quarterback and they're going to wear flags.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But he's definitely not as pliable.
Yeah.
No
no,
one is.
I don't think I don't think he drinks as much water as Brady does.
No, he
Yeah.
drinks ketchup.
That's
I think
yeah,
the quarterbacks wear like belts, and if a player gets in like 3 yards of them, it'll beep. And then or 3 feet of them, it'll beep, and then they're down.
Huh.
The
Yeah.
alarm has sounded, the red light has waved, quarterback sack. And now they want to change the push rule when they're sneaking up the middle.
I don't know. I
don't know if you saw that.
I mean, I mean, I don't understand how you can have instant replay and still get things wrong. Like, I mean,
Especially since there's a microchip in the ball.
since they
There's been one in the ball since like 2017 or something like that.
Well, there was two
stats.
There were two.
Yeah, that's how they get all that AWS stats and everything. Because there's an actual company that follows this stuff that has a microchip in the ball.
That makes sense.
I don't know. I just know there were two instant replays in the game, and they were both wrong. You know, so
I think one was right and one was wrong.
One
not a fumble and not a catch.
One was inconclusive and one was just wrong. I mean, he caught the ball, turned around. That's a fumble. I don't know. The fact that we don't know what a catch is anymore, the fucking Bill Clinton has us, questioning what the definition of is.
Although it had that one counted, I think Nick Bolton, I think is his name, would have been the MVP.
Absolutely, he would have been.
So that's why they're like, can't have it. Gotta go to Mahomes.
Oh, but I mean, that was a 14-point swing instead of being, because the Eagles went down and scored a touchdown on that drive. So, it just, I don't know. I mean, there were a lot of bad calls that went against both teams. It really comes down to this season has been marred by terrible officiating.
And that field was trash.
Yeah. Whoever was in charge of that field needs to be fired because so many of those guys were just slipping all over the place.
Yeah.
Any commercials you wanted to highlight that you haven't already highlighted? Jeremy?
No. I was like, is he pointing at? No, but I pretty much think I covered the two that I liked. Maybe three. It's hard to remember them with it being whatever it was. A week ago now? Was it a week?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was last week.
I don't know. I've been in draft mode for a while now.
You're already in draft mode?
Yeah, when the season ended. I've already been watching stuff on players and mocks and reading scouting reports.
I mean, the World Baseball Classic is about to start.
Meh.
Baseball season itself is about to start.
Yeah. Basketball season's going strong at the All-Star break.
I mean, if you care about the NBA, sure.
Which I do. I put it above baseball.
See, and that's where you're wrong. College basketball, however,
Yeah, we got March Madness coming up.
that is true. We do have that coming up. We'll have to do another bracket that
Yeah.
we'll put it out to the people again. Maybe this year will be a little bit more clear that the bracket is to be built by us, not the winner of the
I mean,
bracket.
if the winner wants to do all the work, they can do the work.
That is true. I mean, if they want to, then great.
Yeah.
That makes life easier on us. But
Any work we can get out of doing, sign me up.
so let's see. I'm trying to think. Anybody watch anything this week or the last couple weeks since we haven't recorded in 2 weeks?
I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or not, but I watched that show, Not Dead Yet. Was that on
Oh
the
yeah,
podcast
we
today?
no, we didn't talk about that on the podcast. I watched it. That was enjoyable. And you had said she was from Good Place. I think she's from New Girl.
Is that where she's from that one?
Yeah.
So am I confusing the two?
Yes.
It's quite possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the first episode is definitely better than the second one.
Yeah, but the second episode wasn't terrible.
Right. I haven't watched anything else with it.
I don't know if they've had another episode yet or not.
I don't know.
Trying to think of anything new that I've watched. I mean, I'm keeping up with the shows that I watch. I'm watching the Night Court reboot, which is a lot of fun. I like it. It's cheesy, but so was the original Night Court.
Yeah.
Um, neither did either of you watch Big Bang Theory?
Yes.
God, no.
Not all of it, but most of it.
So apparently, Bernadette, Melissa Rauch, that was not her real voice in the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, because she showed up on Night Court and was using a very different voice, and I'm like, wait, holy fuck, what the hell?
Yeah. She's not normally that mousy.
Yeah. What's your problem with Big Bang Theory?
We've already gone over this.
Yeah, several times.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I know you had a problem with Friends, but
I mean, if you need to know, you can always go back and listen to MPS. It's probably covered on there somewhere.
Well, I know we used to talk about it all the time on the old PCRs.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, it's just not funny.
no.
It's not how nerds act.
Yes and no. I mean, it was, kind of hyped, but I mean, there were definitely parts of it that I was like, I recognize this as part of my culture.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
like
popular.
making fun of Aquaman. Nerds act that way. They would all dress as like superheroes, and one of them would have to be Aquaman. And he's like, I don't want to be Aquaman. He's the lamest.
Oh, okay.
Which was the case until Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
And Injustice. That Aquaman was pretty badass.
Oh, in the video game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a pretty cool game. I wonder if they're ever going to do a third one.
Unlikely. I don't know how they made so many Mortal Kombats. I feel like you can only make the same game so many times.
I mean, just put a couple new characters in there and change the backgrounds a little bit. Maybe throw a new fatality in there. I mean, essentially, Injustice is just Mortal Kombat with, DC characters instead.
Which is basically just like also Street Fighter.
Right. Make one a little bloodier, make one. I mean, it's just all the same game, but people are going to line up and play it.
We're going to get Injustice Noir next, where everything's black and white except the blood.
Right. I mean, certain people buy Madden every year, even though it's the same game.
Yeah.
I did start playing Hot
Guilty.
Wheels on. I did start playing Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Mm-hmm.
It is really fun. I will say that I'm going to take Jeremy's suggestion, his Media Pod Smash suggestion of Hot Wheels Unleashed, and give it the pop culture roulette stamp of approval.
Glad you're finally on the same page as us.
It is a lot of fun. I have encountered the spider, but I don't know, like if I'm playing on a different difficulty level or not, but I mean, it is annoying, but it's not as annoying as the fucking scorpion
Was it Scorpion?
with the green goo that comes out,
Oh,
and
Oh yeah.
it takes all your boost away.
yeah.
And I haven't had any problems with the snake yet. I've also only had like one or two tracks with the snake, but
You'll get there.
I've I do. There's been a couple tracks where staying on the track has been hard.
I've had
When
a
like
couple issues with that, or like I'll drift around a corner and I'll drift too far to one side, and it'll tell me I missed the checkpoint.
Hmm.
yes,
So
there's
I'll
one.
restart you back at it.
Yeah, there's one track in particular that always happens to me on, and I'm keep like I finally figured out where the checkpoint was so that I stopped doing it. But
Yeah.
but there was one track I don't remember which it was. I hit boost at the wrong time, and I launched myself right over the track and like into somewhere way down to the carpet, and it didn't want to respawn me right away. Yeah,
As
that
soon as
was
that happens, I already start holding the button to respawn.
yeah, it was yeah. And then sometimes when you leave the track and you're just driving around on the carpet or the floor, like getting back on the track, like with the hill, like I find that hard sometimes.
Hmm.
But what's your? I think I know I asked you, but not on the cast. What was your favorite car, or what's your favorite car to run?
I think it's the white mobile. Is that what it is? The mobile one car?
Yeah, that one's really cool. The Meek, not Meek Mill, that's a rapper. Sleek Mill or something.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Jeremy,
Probably Bone Crusher.
I've not used him yet. I like Bad to the Oh no, Bad Blade, Bad to the Blade. That car just looks super cool and it's fast.
I mean, I don't have them all memorized, so
I just use
probably.
the white mobile looking car.
Tell you what car is ridiculously fast. It doesn't have the best handling, so I haven't used it very much. Was Bugs Bunny.
Hmm.
That car. I haven't used any of the Batman cars yet.
Yeah, I don't. I think I only have like one or two unlocked.
Yeah, and then I do think it's really weird the car like there's a Back to the Future car, so there's a DeLorean, a whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set,
Yeah,
a Street Fighter set, a Batman set. Like there's like really random sets of cars that are in there.
yeah, they're the Looney Tunes one, I think.
Yeah.
There's Bugs and Daffy and
There's a Jetsons car for some reason.
all right, a couple monster trucks I know. Snoopy.
I haven't seen Snoopy yet.
It's Snoopy on his doghouse.
Hmm.
Oh. Yeah, I know there's one with Toast. I know I'm supposed to use that on a secret track at some point, but
Yeah. Ugh.
all right then. Well,
We've gone off topic on a bunch of Hot Wheels cars.
oh yeah. Just trying to think. Anybody got anything they're looking forward to in the next week or so, or anything they want to recommend?
Nope.
Yeah, I'll say I haven't really watched anything, and I don't know what's coming out.
All right then.
I mean, I've been watched. I don't even know what I've been watching lately.
I'm watching
Lot,
the XFL right now. I can
been
recommend that.
rewatching a lot of Psych. Who's playing? Who's playing in the XFL? Is it Brett Huntley's team?
I don't know. Josh Gordon's on the team.
So that's Seattle.
I
Seattle and DC.
I don't remember who's on DC. I know Brett Hundley and Geronimo Allison are on Vegas.
the XFL.
Seattle's got a cool logo. It's like a dragon or something.
The Sea
Or
Dragons.
serpent, probably, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're like Sea Dragons or something like that.
Okay, that's cool.
Because we were going over the rosters.
That is true. We did go over the rosters when we were at the Super Bowl. It's unfortunate that you got sick. Glad you're feeling better
Thanks.
though. All right then. I guess if you if you're making a DC movie and you just, want to keep making me want them, but, keep hurting me, just remember that stupid never walks alone.
Stop hurting Nicholas.
Comic books have been around for almost a century, and in the last 2 decades, we've finally gotten to see many of these characters brought to life in movies and on TV. On the Moving Panels podcast, we discuss movies and TV shows based on, inspired by, and adapted from the world of comic books. Join me and my guests as we discuss both the good and the bad from Marvel, DC, and even some of the lesser-known comic book companies. Learn what is and isn't from the comics, as well as our nerdy review of the movie or show. New episodes drop every Monday, and you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. So join us for Moving Panels, and I'll see you on the other side of the page.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and listen to an 80s Flick Flashback podcast once in a while, you could miss it. Do you love movies of a certain age? Do you miss the days of VHS tapes, VCRs, and the video rental stores? Does the thought of another 80s movie being remade seem inconceivable? My name is Tim Williams. I'm the creator and host of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. On each episode, I'm joined by guest co-hosts to discuss one of the many movies released in the 1980s. We share our first-time watch memories, our favorite scenes, and even learn some behind-the-scenes stories about the cast and crew along the way. New episodes are released every other Friday on your favorite podcasting platform. So make like a tree, get out of here, and go listen to an excellent episode of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. The ad is over. Go home. Go.